McCauley, Syracuse, New York. 2 weeks ago, I introduced a Eat More, Weigh Less program. Now I want to share a personal story with everyone because I just want to tell you where my head's at. You know, I did great, I joined the group, I weighed 338, got down to the low 200s. That's a break in case anyone didn't know what my sound effect meant. And then over the next years, you know, I wasn't eating bonbons, pizza, whatever. I'm like, what? What's going on? I fasted, I did this, you know, past year and a half, I had a lot of pain, had that surgery, you know, straightened out my intestines. That was July 25th, and I said to Bob, oh, you just wait, honey, that weight's going to fall right off me. I might get to my goal weight in the next week. You know, that's where my head was at. You know, I'm going to be skinny in a week. I'm just going to take September. I just want to use September. In September, I rode my bike 5 miles every day. I was pushing 5 miles in steps and walking a day. Never missed a day. Boom, boom, boom. Never did anything wrong. No ice cream, no pizza, no wings. Looking at everything, gave up my creamer, gave up processed, gave up this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get to my goal weight, I'm going to get to my goal weight. In the month of September, I did not lose 1 pound. Not 1 pound. Now, there were times where I would cry. And in September, I'm like, what? What do I have to do? What do I have to do? And I heard that tonight. And I looked at your logs. And I said, you know what? We're in it to be healthy. You don't think my body's better having rode the bike 5 miles a day and walked almost 5 miles a day? You think my body's going, oh, that was a waste. Why'd you do that crap? That was a waste. Why didn't you just have that carrot cake? You didn't lose any weight anyway. I am looking at it. Certain people are different, and I love this Eat More, Weigh Less. And I stayed the same. This is a great diet for life for me. I'm not losing weight, but I'm not gaining weight. But in studying it, you have to put it towards what is best for you. I don't think I personally can have the whole wheat pasta. I don't think I can have the wraps. I can't have the almonds. I can't have the Skinny Cow ice cream sandwich if I want to lose weight. I can have it all if I want to stay the same. So this week I'm going to take a little experiment for everyone in Pray Enough. I'm going to follow week 3 of Eat More, Eat Less, but I'm not going to have the snacks, and I'm not going to have the wraps or the pasta. I'll have the vegetables and the broccoli and everything else on here. You can have a Mediterranean hummus without the wrap, and then we'll see how next week is. We also have a dietitian, which I didn't hear from her. I better call her. It's either going to be next week or the week after. But this is Eat More, Weigh Less. There are people who are now fanatics on this. They're saying to me, the scale, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. And they're losing 2, 3 pounds. They're doing fabulous. For those of you who have gained weight or haven't lost, and you haven't tried some variation of this, I challenge you. They're all the same recipes that we gave out in week 1 and week 2, except for the belly stuffing peanut butter oatmeal, but I gave you that recipe last week a little ahead of time. The apples, loving the apples, everyone else is, carrots, hummus, string cheese. I have gotten rave reviews from the people who have tried these recipes. And for those of you who were traveling or whatever, I gave you your old packets, I have them. Did I tell you the raisin story though last week? I hate to repeat myself, which I do a million times, but I said, oh, raisins, I haven't had, did I tell you this? All right, so I have this little box, those little boxes of raisins, you know, that you get. And I said, ooh, I get to have 2 boxes of raisins, you know. So I'm eating the 2 boxes of raisins. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of raisins in those little boxes. But I was loving them. I'm like, wow, these are so great, wow. And like an hour later, I'm like, ugh. I felt my heart was racing. I had a headache. I said, oh my gosh, I don't feel good. The whole rest of the day I felt terrible. I'm like, what's wrong with me? What's going on? So I called my mother up and said, oh, Mom, I don't know. It feels like I'm having some kind of stroke or something. She goes, well, what did you do? My mom's very smart. What did you do? Did you have anything different? I said, well, no. I said, wait a minute, though. I did have 2 boxes of raisins. She goes, raisins? You're allergic to wine. You're allergic to grapes. What do you think raisins are? They're dried grapes, you idiot! So I'm like, oh, that's right. I guess I kind of forgotten that raisin was a grape. So needless to say, I will not be happy. I had to have my 81-year-old mother say, "You idiot, you're allergic to them." So for those of you who are allergic to grapes, watch out for the raisins. Awesome. I also included the week 3 shopping list. Again, you have a lot of that stuff. And then I've included spaghetti squash with chicken meatballs. We're talking about food, people are chattering. Spaghetti squash with chicken meatballs isn't one of these recipes. There's no police here. No one's gonna come to your house and say, "What? You had spaghetti squash with chicken meatballs?" But the plan here says you had to have grilled cilantro lime chicken. Believe me, with what some of the people in the group are eating, spaghetti squash with chicken meatballs is a wonderful alternative. 290 calories, it's awesome. I only picked these recipes because they looked easy. Here's one that I think people will love, spiced sweet potato chips. There's some operative numbers here. The first one is, it serves 2. Here's the next operative word, 1 sweet potato. So if it serves 2, and the serving is 1 sweet potato, how much are you eating? We have a bunch of geniuses in this group. Everyone to pray it out. A half a potato is what we're getting. In that half is 157 calories, 352 milligrams of sodium. If you want to eat the whole thing, you're going to have 314 calories and 700 milligrams of sodium. It's your sodium, you can live with it. Baked beet chips. Beets, chickpeas, dill, orange juice, tahini, garlic, salt, 168 calories. Can somebody please make those this week and bring in enough for the whole group next week? Only kidding. All right, remember I talked about that wonderful watercress cauliflower soup I gave out a couple years ago? I modified it to be broccoli cauliflower soup. So believe me, that anybody who didn't have the watercress soup, it was to die for. Loved it. I'm going to stop right there, Bob, because I have one more.